But yeah, I just want to go over a few things on Song Jin-woo himself. I have dead eye on him, so yeah, it is what it is. So now I'm gonna summon his shadow, the first one, Bear. And as you can see right now, he has 188k, because I believe his shadow is based off of his attack. The alpha of his pack slain by Ignis Nasef. Okay, it doesn't really say, but I'm gonna drop another Song Jinwoo, and I'm gonna summon the same Bear shadow. And as you can see, this shadow is 28k, so I believe his shadow, the Bear shadow damage is scaled with his damage, like his what do you call it, yeah, his damage, his current damage, his best shadow damage is still with the current damage. So upgrading something and increase the HP of this bear. Next up, I want to compare their what do you call it, okay, I can't compare any other of the units. That's basically just bear. Next up, I already showed you guys that you don't need to have takedowns for Song Jin-woo's, like for Song Jin-woo's shadows to actually spawn. If you just enable shadows, it's gonna be spawning. Let me just enable the one at the back so that I can just re-show you guys that. So basically, if you just enable this, it's gonna have shadows spawning, and as you can see, they are skilled up on the enemy HP. Right now the enemy HP is what do you call it, can't really see it. This dude is one-shotting them. Let me change the line up, 2k and all that. And this shadow is summoning 200, 300, yeah. So let me just go ahead and sell this something. So I probably shouldn't have sold them, my bad. Yeah, another thing is the summons. I'm gonna place Gazelle to buff them, and now once they summon, they're gonna summon with more like HP, as you can see. Yeah, so basically Song Jin-woo is a summoner that is based off, that does not need takedowns and all that. He just summons as long as units are dying. Gazelle, she summons every 5 attacks, as long as any other unit like does the same killing. She doesn't need to like do the killing herself. I need her to attack in order to show you guys that. And quickly just place her down right here. Basically that's what she does. And Yamamoto, he needs the kills in order to like do his summons. So that's just the basic difference between all of them. Alucard's summons are his ability. You just have to wait for his ability, and that's pretty much it. What else do I need to talk about on something? Biru. His Biru shadow. Let's go ahead and see. Basically, he gets plus 5% damage for every enemy that he kills, up to 200% and 50% respectively. And he has plus 5% max HP for subsequent Biru summoned. So if you continuously summon more of these Biru units, it's gonna get like more HP up till, I think there should be a max of it, or there's no max. I don't think there's a limit to it. Yeah, there's a limit. It also like goes up 200%. It goes up to 50. It goes up to 200% for his max HP, while his max damage goes up to 50%. That's the raw that you hear him do. That's the damage. I don't know what damage it does, but basically the damage of his raw is gonna go up to 50%, while his max HP is gonna go up 200% the more you summon him. So in order for you to get like his full max HP, you have to summon him about 40 times. Yeah, you have to summon him 40 times. That's basically how you get like his max HP. So now, as you can see, he doubled 440 HP. Before it was 220, I believe. And yeah, that should be basically it for Surge. So I have finished like setting up everything, and this should basically be the damage of your Song Jin-woo if you have the Suguru buff done and Harukarin buff done. You can carry like other units like to support your song duo. But basically you keep one of your song duos at the back to do all the summons and all that, and then you probably mainly focus on one. Yeah, you can place two at the back, but honestly you can place two at the back. I just didn't place another one because I was mainly focused on doing the buffs and everything. But yeah, this is basically the DPS this guy is doing. The one at the back basically summons the shadows so that they can like die and give this one a buff of like 5% per shadow. So yeah, this is basically how you want to like use him. It will probably be best to use two at the back so that more shadows spawn. You can use Gazelle to increase the buff on the shadows and everything. I still want to like do a video where I use all three of these summoners, and I also want to get Lilia so I can like put her on the team. But yeah, basically this is the full buff. I don't even know why Orime is here. I'm also gonna remove her. I think she did a decrease, bruh. Let me just place her right. This should be okay. Right, she's a one placement. The problem is that her head paint doesn't like show who it gives it to, so I'm not sure. It's probably best if I just upgrade her. But yeah, basically as you can see, this is basically the DPS you want to have on him. He might reach 100k. It depends on how strong the enemies are. If these enemies were a whole lot stronger, he would have like he would be doing like about 100k damage normally, since the shadows would die faster. But yeah, this is basically what you want your Sanjiwo to be looking like, fully buffed. Gazelle is not really adding to his damage, so it's mainly just the Subaru and Haruka buff. But let me remove Haruka just for those who didn't get her. And this is basically how your Sanjiwo is gonna be looking. It's 7k damage. When the shadows like hit, it's gonna increase. So his DPS is not really like stagnant, but it's pretty good DPS, and his damage is pretty good. We can carry if I remove Subaru, because Subaru, in order to use Subaru you have to like max him out and use his return to whatever, so I can get the 20% damage increase to all the other units. And he basically have other like buff, but I'm really going to that right now. But yeah, this is basically how you want your Sanjimu to be at the end. He still clocks off at 100 and something k. Basically it all just depends on how many shadows get killed. But yeah, this is probably how you want to use him. And yeah, I think I'll just end this here. Man. Alright, so I'm gonna be talking about Song Jin-woo. Basically, some people don't really like know too much on him, but I don't want to like yap too much in this, so I want to make it real quick. So basically, what you'd want to do if you don't have Monarch on him, what you'd want to do is pretty much do this setup where you have one Song Jin-woo. This setup is only useful in Infinite. If you are doing like other story stages, I see you just place one in front and place two at the back and set them to enable like just place two at the back, click here, go to shadows and enable the Arise ability, and they pretty much summon like the enemies. The enemies are based off like Song Jin-woo's damage, so basically it's based off the damage, the health, the HP of the enemies right here. So that's what the shadows are based off on. I believe I got like, I wasn't calling these guys shadows, but yeah, that's what the shadows are based off on. So if you place two at the back, he's still gonna summon the shadows and basically everything here. But in an Infinite, if you want like the maximum damage output from each of them, you basically want all of them like at the front doing their damage and all that. But yeah, as you can see, all of them, their damage is like pretty much 68k. They are still critting though, so just so you know, they are still critting. Their damage fluctuates, so you can't really like track it, but I see most of them did average at probably, I don't even know how to calculate it. I have to add all. Yeah, I'm not doing the calculation, but yeah, basically he has Subaru buff on, so just take that to note. And Haruka is here to buff also. So this is basically a double buff team. If you wanna like make the HP of the summons like better, you can carry Gazelle, and she basically just increase the HP of these summons. As you can see, from 9k they are going to 10k, 13k, 7k, plus that guy was weak and all that. But yeah, that's basically it. Probably what else do I need to talk about him? Yeah, I would advise that if you have Subaru, you use Subaru with the Song Jin-woo, because as you can see, one of his passive is he increases their damage for an ability, active ability. He increases their damage by 10% for 10 seconds. With every upgrade increases range anytime an ally in range activates her. Yeah, so basically he's gonna buff Song Jin-woo if you use his ability. That's one of his attacks. He's gonna buff him with 10% while he's doing like the attack. So yeah, you'd really want to like get Subaru for him, and Subaru is pretty much good for many other units. But yeah, I think that's basically it. People argue that Deadeye is probably better than Monarch, but honestly it just depends on the use case. For me, Monarch is better DPS in like short-term stuff like raids, dungeons and all that. Monarch is probably better, and Monarch actually like increases the damage of the nuke. So yeah, basically if you want to use a Deadeye, you probably have to like use buffs and all that to actually like remove the Monarch like advantage. If you use Deadeye like this or any other like unit trait like what do you call it, Ifril, if you use Ifril with like the buff, it definitely becomes better than Monarch. But the only way you're gonna be able to do that is upgrading all of them and using the buff, and that's only applicable in Infinite. So yeah, basically for normal like stages and all that, raids and all that, you prefer Monarch on Song Jin-woo, because Monarch Song Jin-woo has better DPS, and what do you call it, his nuke is highly buffed since his damage is very much buffed. His nuke is based off his damage. Alright, so I did make an error when I was talking about their nukes. Basically the way the nukes are structured is my mom's back, but yeah, the way the nukes are structured is Song Jin-woo does the lowest amount. This is 4 times, Igris is 6 times, and the duo is 10 times his damage. So yeah, that's just basically it. And his summons do crits, so just take that, just note that his summons do crits. As you can see, some of them are doing like 20k when it's 15 and 14k. But yeah, it's basically if Deadeye is like buffing it. But yeah, that'll be it, and I'll see you guys in the next show.